Every year in the playoffs, there's always at least a player or two who explodes onto the scene and shows the hockey world how good they really are. For me, this year, that player has to be Finnish forward from the Dallas Stars, Roope Hintz. The 26-year-old is coming off of back-to-back 37-goal regular seasons and has also put up over 70 points each of those years. But in the first round of the 2023 playoffs versus the Minnesota Wild, Hintz absolutely showed out, leading the league in points with 12 in just 6 games. He had a goal in the Game 1 overtime loss, and then in Game 2 put together a phenomenal 4-point game, including a hat trick. The first a shorthanded beauty to kick off the scoring, then on another breakaway to give the Stars a 3-goal lead, and again off a power play goal in the third to really put the game out of reach. He also had 2 other 3-assist games in Games 4 and 5. And in Game 6, Roope pulled a dirty move to get around John Klingberg for the first of the game, and to really put a stamp on his impact in that series. I mean, this guy can absolutely fly out there, and he's also a player that can do it at both ends of the ice. And the fact that he's out there for Dallas on the penalty kill is pretty amazing, because he's a guy that will make you pay if you make even the smallest mistake. I also want to give some credit to the Dallas Stars organization, specifically their scouting and management departments. They have done an excellent job drafting over the last several years. You think of how much they killed it during the 2017 draft, getting Miro Heiskanen, Jake Ottinger, and then Jason Robertson all in the first 2 rounds. Then in 2015, one of the deepest drafts in NHL history, they picked Denis Gurianov in the first round, but ended up getting the stud himself, Roope Hintz, in round 2, 49th overall. And even more recently, in 2021, they picked up Wyatt Johnston 23rd overall, and he is already making a huge impact as a 19-year-old rookie this season. Now, I know the Stars just lost Game 1 to the Kraken, and Hintz didn't have his greatest game, one big turnover that led to a goal for Seattle, but his effort was there, and he did have a lot of other strong shifts and good shots, including a huge chance to win it in overtime. He was also flying around the ice as usual, and I'm sure will bounce back and make a big-time impact throughout this series. The Kraken have been playing some insane hockey right now, and will make it very hard in all likelihood for Dallas to advance, even though I think the Stars will end up finding a way. Hintz has been a part of what is arguably the best line in hockey, along with a guy he said is the smartest player he's ever played with, superstar Jason Robertson, and another guy who's a pretty bright hockey mind as well, and an absolute gamer, Joe Pavelski. But even when Pavelski was out of the lineup, Roope was the guy who stepped up for the Dallas Stars and was probably the biggest reason, along with Jake Ottinger, why they won that round 1 series in 6 over Minnesota. Hintz absolutely feasted on the Wild this year, by the way, putting up 7 points in 4 regular season games against them, and then of course 12 points in 6 playoff games. He earned himself a nice 8-year, $67.6 million contract extension, which kicks in starting next season, and some people wondered if it would be worth it. I think it's safe to say he's worth every bit of it and is showing everyone what makes him so good this year in this Stanley Cup playoffs. This is a guy that started his pro career coming out of the Liga and then going up and down from the American Hockey League to Dallas, started out on the 4th line with limited minutes, and worked his way all the way up to the top line on one of the best teams in hockey, and is proving himself to be a legit NHL superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, Roope Hintz deserves more respect.